Hi guys, off to school now, non-stop, work, going to keep moving forward. Well, today I'm reminded, as I mentioned earlier, but you may not have seen it, I saw the investigation into the telecommunications because of the Optus blunder, the O blunder in Australia that led to the... And then I'm reminded of the disgustingness I experienced at the hands of the Melbourne Drug Court order twice. Like, this happened a lot over a decade long, just disgusting episode after disgusting episode. I remember one time the sister of that Labor puppet Nick Pappas, who was running the Melbourne Drug Court, and oh yuck, I can remember because I could see they were doing things that were completely illegal, from the weaponized AI bot tech that I'd been getting tortured with in prison, that aspect, to the disgusting, degrading misuse of drug addicts who ended up being bikies women, and they told me, oh god, so I could see what they were doing. So I resisted in a passive, like, just by not falling for their attacks on me through the surveillance, basically. Anyway, in that, when it got to a point where I'd basically turned them inside out and upside down and put them in a position where they've either got to own and communicate openly and honestly, or own what they're doing is completely illegal and own your errors like any decent adult. And you can FOI this, you can hear Magistrate Pappas, because we don't know what to do with you. And you know what my short answer would be to that? Just all you had to do was treat me. All the system had to do was treat Michael Califf the same way they treated the gangsters and bikies and drug dealers that were all walking through the Melbourne Drug Court with, no problems. I even had one Melbourne Drug Court worker like bragging through the surveillance attacks on me that, geez, you can't get anything right, Michael. I mean, such and such, he's been moving about 5 ounces a week out of drug court, like that. Literally, that was the type of, like, attack on me I was dealing with. And I was just going, yeah, okay, all right, no, yeah, really, wow, okay, yep, whoa, that's pretty deep, okay. And I must admit, after this blunder, I realised, whoa, this is next level, was when they were mucking around with the surveillance equipment on my phone and computers and whatnot, like trying to just full harass me. Aside from telling them to go fornicate with themselves with no regard to political correctness at all, just blasted them. Aside that, what I did was, on this one occasion, I went to make an IBAC report. I did this a few times. So I caught them out about 3 times, and then they ceased. When I put it, like, I let them know, seriously, you can't see how bad that is. Then they stopped. Then it was like, oh well, yeah, go on then, But I kid you not, when I was wrestling in the phone surveillance nonsense that they were putting me through, I made, on at least 2 occasions, I made IBAC reports, and they cut the link. They cut my internet connection. Like, and cut me off. They did that to me twice. Now, to any scumbag sitting in a drug court office abusing their positions of power over a person, you might just think, that's nothing. But think about this, ladies and gentlemen. Think of the severity of a situation where you've got IBAC in place, so an independent, broad-based anti-corruption unit, but the people that it's supposed to be policing are messing with it. That's not even to go anywhere near how disgusting and degrading it was, their treatment and reaction to me being participant on the redress scheme, the federal redress scheme, which is about, coincidentally, institutional abuse. I won't get into on this one what I had to go through with that, the aspersions that were made my way. Oh, it was disgusting. It was like, because you're, a white male who, I didn't want to go down the path, but it was like, because you're a white male, that came from a decent family for the first 12 years of your life, you were, it's just disgusting. It was the most disgusting thing I've ever experienced in my life. And then here they are, the same institution, the same people that these redress schemes are about, are redressing because they made such a monumental blunder some 40 odd years ago. Here's the same institutions doing exactly the same, if not worse, abuses of power. Literally abusing surveillance equipment to sex offend me. I kid you not, literally. They would get it through a drug-addicted sex worker that they would set up in a house that we were forced to live in, and then ridicule us for what intimacy we had. Are you kidding? Or worse, we'd have surveillance cameras set up in the urine testing rooms, having backhanded remarks about you're a cheater. So then that warrants having hidden cameras in the urine testing room. It was the most degrading, disgusting, all the while a woke left-wing, very overweight girl is making barbs about it. Making barbs about your inability to get a flow on. It was the most degrading, disgusting thing I've ever experienced in my life, orchestrated by the sister of ex-chief magistrate Nick Pappas, and you can't challenge it. I tried questioning it. It just goes nowhere. Nobody, you just get an IBAC comes back to you. I told them dates, times, places, hows, who else has experienced it, how they experienced it, and they come back to me within 6 short months. Don't ask me how they investigated that so quickly. They come back to me within 6 months and go, oh, sorry, we couldn't find anything. Perhaps you should have, or what the nonsense that they ran with their drug dealing, approved drug dealer friends. Perhaps I should have apologised to the drug addicted sex worker that was paid, bribed, coerced with the returned custody of the toddler removed from her. Maybe then IBAC would have done something for me. Would have found, how disgusting. In Victoria right now. Oh.